everyone. I hope all is well with you. So in today's broadcast, I want to talk about how you cannot win with a loser on your team. And the reason why this is important to talk about, because a lot of times we invest ourselves in people who are not going anywhere. I know ideally we want to believe the best about everybody. We want to be that person that's so positive that you could just believe a person back to life. And that's where we start to mess up. Whenever we have our personal intentions so invested in someone that we don't recognize that this person just is not going to budge. They're not going to flow in our direction. And that's where we start getting off track. So I want to let you know that everybody that you want to rock with, they're not going to rock with you. Okay? Because everybody is not you. And they're not going in the same direction as you. Not everybody. You have some people that are success-minded, and when they get around more success-minded folks, all of them go to the next level. And it's just no questioning that. But when you have been on a level with somebody, you've passed by them in your journey, and there are some things you have in common with this person, and you just feel like, okay, well, just because this person is friendly to you, you think in the long run y'all can go far. But it boils down to uncovering their motives. And this broadcast really is for those who have been in a naive predicament. And I can speak on it because I used to be naive. I used to go over and beyond for those that I thought would go over and beyond for me. And I want you all to know that as royalty, you have to really understand that not everybody deserves to be where you're going. I want you all to love yourself enough. Love yourself enough to just, put people where they belong in your life and give yourself better. And a lot of times we sell ourselves short because we're afraid of coming off as too arrogant. We're afraid of coming off as we're better than anybody. And I had to learn that lesson the hard way. And it's not about you being better than somebody. It's about you going in that direction of prosperity without anybody getting in your way. And we want to be successful, but not everybody has the successful mindset. Not everybody has successful habits, and I've learned the hard way in a relationship where I was in a romantic relationship, and the most valuable thing that this person could have said to me in this relationship was something I did not realize then, but I understand fully now. And he told me that he thinks with the glass being half empty, and I think with the glass being half full. Now, when I look at that analogy, it really do make sense. So if it's water and a person is thinking, oh, it's half empty, it's no use, now you're going to throw the water out the glass. And then here, the person that has hope, the glass is half full, we just need some more water. So now you're going to receive that water. But how can you do anything with it with someone that wants to get rid of it? So you're not going to go anywhere because this person has a mindset that's going to throw away what's in that glass, and you have a mindset to keep it there. And so that's how some relationships are when you're hooked up with the wrong person. And again, this doesn't have to be just limited to a romantic relationship or a friendship, things like that. Anytime you bring something to the table with someone that's going in the opposite direction, it is best that when you identify it, is to really call it what it is and do what is best for the both of you. Okay. Sometimes we want to do what's best for the other person, thinking we're doing what's best for us, but the other person, the only one benefiting. It's sort of like being in a classroom with a teacher that says, all of you have this project to do. And then on that team, you got somebody, oh, I'm super excited to do the work. I'll even start early. And you got this other person like, I don't care. I'll let y'all do all the work. And if it don't get done, it don't get done. Whatever. And so relationships can be like that. You know, one person doing all the work, one person doing all the reconciling, and then the other person is just receiving, benefiting, at times taking. You know, usually if a person is not given to a relationship, they're most likely taken. So I say all this because we are too royal to be wasting our time with people that do not understand our value, with people that are not moving in the same direction as us. And then sometimes we got to be careful that we're not the ones that's in somebody else's way. Now, me personally, I think there are some relationships that are moving in a different direction than me. Not, you know, like just romantic, but I would say friendship or partnership. There are some people that's going in a different direction than me. And what I try to do is when I see that, I try to let a person know, hey, when it comes to this, I don't think I'll be able to do that. If you see that you could be getting in someone else's way of their goals, then you need to be transparent. You know, let them know, let this person know, whoever, that I can't get down with this. I don't feel comfortable, rather than, you know, just riding and benefiting and knowing there's a potential problem. The other people or whoever you are involved with a partnership with think that you're okay or think that you're going along with the program. Always, you know, express your concerns, because anybody that's worth doing a partnership with, they should find you worth listening to. They should really consider your thoughts and your opinions, and you should consider their thoughts and opinions, and you should be able to compromise, come to an agreement, come to a resolution. And again, if you're not comfortable with it, you're better off just walking away saying, you know, this doesn't work for me. Okay. And that's just how to avoid, you know, getting into strained relationships, whether it be partnership, romantic, you know, dealing with family members or whatnot. And this is important to discuss, because if you get hooked up with the wrong person, that person can bring you down, you know. And this is in any relationship. If you get hooked up with the wrong person, family, significant other, friends or so-called friends, whoever, you get hooked up with the wrong person, they're going in the wrong direction, and you still trying to rock with this person, they might rock your world to a place that you will have a hard time recovering from. And so I want to encourage all of you, be vigilant, be smart, be on top of your stuff as kingdom people. Be royal. Choose your destiny. You're going to have to demote and promote some people at times in your life. The hardest thing to do is demote some people, because you don't rock with these people so long enough until, you know, they have a space in your life. I've gotten to a point now. I've had so many people, you know, disappoint me in my life to the point where I'm like this. I'm not really partial of much of anybody. There are some people that I do respect more than others based on how they have relate to me. Not because they look so powerful, not because they all that, but people who have built that rapport with me. People who have not screwed me over at the moment, and hopefully they will not. But, you know, there are some people I'm more apt to trusting and believing than other folks. And it, to me, is about how you have to build your rapport. You have to be a person that model what you say. You know, you have to have good integrity. And all the, you know, I've been guilty of falling for the lies of some folks who have not built integrity with me. And nowadays, I'm to the point now, when something looks shaky, I back away from it. And I'm telling you all these things because I want you to make a lot better decisions than I've made in my life. I want you all to do better than me. I would think that parents, when they're raising children and they think about the mistakes they made and they don't want their children to go through it, you want to teach your children to do better than you. Even me as a teacher, when I teach, I want to teach my children, teach my students to be better than me in whatever it is that I've done. I want to tell them the secrets that I didn't know, but I want them to know and I want them to understand. Okay. One of those things is simply this. If you want to fail, just don't do what you're supposed to do. That's the key to failure in most cases. And if you're trying over and over, you have a better chance of succeeding than just not doing anything to change the situation at all. And I'll be transparent. The only time I failed the class in high school is because I didn't do any work. And the reason why I didn't do any work, because I was going through a spiritual depression. And I just, at that time, I didn't even see a reason to go forward with my life. And that's just how bad it was at that time in my life. And it was so much that I got to one class in high school. I just felt like, you know what, I don't even want to do the work. I don't even want to do the thinking. I just want to chill right here, and don't do nothing. And in that moment, that's what made me feel better, although I failed that class. And then even then, I had another teacher that's like, you know what, I'm going to make sure you go back to honors class, because it was an honor class that I didn't pass in high school. But that teacher was like, I'm putting you right back in honors class. I was like, I don't want to do honors class. It's too much thinking. But that's a whole nother story. Let me get back to this being careful who you connect with. So, again, the Bible says in Amos 3:3, how can two walk together unless they agree? You all, please put this mindset, put this concept into all areas of your life. Apply it, especially when it comes to marriage. Especially when it comes to marriage. All right, because here's the thing. If you marry a loser, you're going to lose something, okay? If you marry a loser, you're going to lose something. So when you start looking for a mate, when you decide on who is your mate, you need to see what direction you're going. And I want to say this without being gender biased, but you all, please don't take this personal. And these are just solely my beliefs, and I'm not trying to male bash, but I believe how do you put it? I believe the way marriage is set up is that the men, husband means house. If the men don't do anything else, the man is supposed to make sure his family has a roof over their head. And then the wife is to make sure that the family is taken care of. And that's the order of marriage. And the man has to be the leader. If the man has no direction, then the woman is not going to be led to a good place. And that's just what I believe. So when you hook up with people in marriage, partnerships, friendships, or whatever, I don't want any needy friends. I don't want needy friends. I don't want people that's going to hook up with me because of what I can do for them financially. I want to hook up with people that can reciprocate to me. And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about friendship, wisdom, advice, things like that. I want people who's going to be on my same flow. And if finances become an issue, I don't want it to be that this person is hanging out with me because, oh, he or she believes that I can fund their issues. If something like that happens, that have to be like a once every Jubilee, okay? Not no every week, every month this person needs something, okay? We got to wake up, people. We got to wake up. We got to stop letting others use our Christianity or use our relationship with God against us, okay? We got to stop letting people play on the idea that we're Christian. And they use that idea to try to take advantage of us because we're supposed to be so kind, so nice and sweet. You can still be kind, nice and sweet, and you can gently tell people, I don't think so. You can gently tell people that we're not going to roll this way. You can gently tell people we're not going to do this today. I can't see myself doing that. And it takes time and it takes practice. It gets hard at times because we don't want to hurt nobody. We don't want to disappoint anybody. But at the end of the day, it's not all about them and it's not all about you. Sometimes you do have to do what's best for you and let them figure it out. We can't be everybody's problem solvers. So again, be careful in who you make connections with. Everybody can't go to your prosperous place. Everybody can't go to that place of prosperity with you. I mean, when you look at it, some people is just not prepared for that type of blessing. Some people are not prepared for that type of blessing. And sometimes we come from environments where everybody else, they're at a certain level of education. And that doesn't mean they're less than us. But I can say from experience, with getting an education, it helps you to look at the world in a different light. It also helps you to see things differently. And I'm not saying you got to go to college, but when you read up on some things, you do what you can to stay woke. Because really, when you look at it, college is just a certified way of showing what you learn. But a person who doesn't go to college, but if they tend to study the things that are in college courses, get the books and everything like that, they can become just as swift, smart, and educated as the college person if they're studying as much as the college person. But I say all this because if you're a person that's filled with knowledge and you hang around somebody that's not filled with knowledge, y'all mindsets are going to be different. Y'all drive is going to be different. And the more knowledge you get, the more you're able to work, function, innovate, and do things. But the less you get or the less you obtain, the less you know. Knowledge is power. Even the Bible says in Hosea 4:11 that the people perish for a lack of knowledge. So the more you learn, the better off you'll be. And if you want to hook up with someone that's going at your momentum. Hook up with someone that is able to carry intellectual conversations, that is able to talk about things that matter. Hook up with somebody that's not just talking about the latest trends on social media concerning a rap artist that's probably singing about garbage, singing about something that's not going to help change the world for the better, or rapping about something that's not going to change the world for the better. If you're going to hook up with somebody, hook up with someone that's going to enhance your life. Hook up with somebody that's not going to take away from what you're doing. I also want to mention too, when you do business with people, this is my mentality. I normally give people about 2 tries with me. One, because I don't know better. The second one for good measure. There's somebody that has made consistent, consistent promises and did not keep none of those promises. And so what it boiled down to is you told me you was going to do something and you didn't do it. And you told me over and over and that you would do it. And, you know, when it came down to that, then I decided no more. So when this person started to get their business off the ground, you know, only thing I could be like is God bless this person. However, I cannot support your business not knowing your integrity, because you have no integrity with me. And I'm not going to refer anyone to your business that I know and love for you to screw them over or mess them up. And then there'll be some complication. We're not going to get into all that. So I want y'all to know I protect my own. I'm not going to refer you to somebody that I know is going to take advantage of you. And I wouldn't want you all referring me to anybody that would take advantage of me. So when it comes to partnerships, protect your own. I cannot support a person that do not carry out what they say they're going to do. So I want you all to be mindful of this when it comes to being in agreement with people. Don't let anybody waste your time. Don't let anybody take advantage of you. You don't owe anybody nothing, especially when I say you don't owe anybody nothing. You don't owe anybody anything that cannot maintain their integrity with you. If they say they're going to do something and they don't do it, we can't do business no more in the future. I'm going to leave this broadcast with this story because this story here is important for people to know. There's a man who had been in prison, and before he went to prison, he had a master's degree and he was a principal of a school, and he was hanging around people that was not doing anything with their lives. And so it was more like this analogy he used saying, you know, you cannot be an eagle hanging around chickens because, you know, eagles are supposed to fly. Eagles are supposed to soar. And chickens, they're going to just stay around on the ground pecking because that's what they know. So this man was like an eagle hanging around chickens. But once an eagle hangs around a chicken long enough, he starts to act like a chicken and gets into the ways of a chicken. So I say all this to say he went to the bank with them one day, and he was the driver, and he dropped them off at the bank and he waited in the car. They came out the bank, and when they got in the car, they told him that they had robbed the bank. And so these chickens, after they robbed the bank and they were caught, guess what they did? This man that drove them, that had this master's degree, principal, very talented guy, they dragged his name in the midst of it, and then he went down with them. And that's a hard pill to swallow, all because he was hanging around some chickens. And I don't want you all to be like that. So you all, please evaluate your life. You don't need anybody that's a friend that you got to question. You don't need anybody in your life that seem like they can talk the talk and walk the walk. You better be careful, because if these people do some foolish things, don't think they will not throw you under the bus, especially when they don't have their life right with God. They don't have their mindset right with God. Please, please, people, protect yourselves. Dominate your life. Don't let trying to please people put you in a place where you're inconvenienced. Remember, you are royalty, and you don't deserve less than that, especially if you wasn't putting out less than that. I hope all of you have been royally empowered on this broadcast session. And until next time, God bless.